Biden is spreading Bernie bro myths. Yeah, Biden's spreading a lot of things, mostly syphilis. So I'd look out for that.
Yes.
What do you know about the Mexican president?
Okay, well, what I will tell you is that I will visit Mexico in the first 100 years. 100.
Uh-oh, looks like it's going to be a bad interview with Amy Klobuchar. Amy Klobuchar, of course, has not been graceful in her arrival to the scene. She's been doing what she can do, you know? I mean, she's avoided bringing staplers to meetings. She does have the stapler fixed ever so slightly to the side. It's basically a sidearm, but for staplers. But still, you just know. You get the feeling in the first 10 seconds, this interview is not going to go well.
100 days.
100 days.
I will visit there.
Are running for president.
Yes.
You would like to be the
Yes.
Democratic candidate.
Yes.
What do you know about the Mexican president now?
Well, I know that he is elected in the last few years.
That is true. That is true. Hey, we can't hate on Amy for that, all right? If there's one thing we do know about the Mexican president is that he was elected. That's true. I mean, we probably know that of a lot of presidents. It's a good safety to fall back on. I mean, if someone is to approach you and say, hey, what do you know about blank? The answer should be, I know blank is blank. Because it's true. If you are to say that blank is blank, most likely you are factually correct.
I don't know him personally. I've met with the ambassador, and I was actually supportive of the trade agreement. So I worked with the embassy on that. They came to meet with me.
And I asked.
So when you're asked, what do you know about someone? The best response you can give is to talk about yourself. It's usually an opening for that. Like, what do you know about my people? What do you know about my mother? What do you know about my grandfather? Well, I know about myself, so I'd like to talk about that because I'm a bit of an authority on this on the topic. Come on.
Because it's so important, especially Nevada, California, Arizona, Texas. This is our neighbor to the south.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about him? Specifically his politics, doing, since this would be the country you would share a border with? Anything you can tell me about him?
I know that they are neighbors, and regardless of who the leader is, that it is someone that I will work with.
Do you?
I know Mexico is beside America. Check. And I know that I will probably have to do something with them should I be elected president. 8.
I'm sorry to ask this, but do you know who he is? Do you know his name?
Yeah. I know that he is the Mexican president.
But can you tell me his name?
No. So.
Don't you think it would be important, if you're running for president, to know who the president of Mexico, the country to the south of the United States, is?
Yes.
Because it affects so many Americans. Mexican Americans are the largest Hispanic, the largest number of Hispanics in the U.S. are Mexican Americans.
Of course it is, yes.
Is there anything specifically you can tell me that you do know about Andrés Manuel López Obrador or what he's doing in Mexico that has a direct effect on all of our border communities?
That's what we call in the game a power move. All right. He could have whitened it for her. You know, he could have been like, "Is there anything you know about Andre? Do you know anything about my boy Andres?" But no, he went full in. That was a beautiful pronunciation of his name. His full name, by the way. The full name. Power move.
Well, what I do know is that we have had issues, of course, with asylum and people coming up. I actually visited Mexico under the previous president, and went there and led a delegation there to work on human trafficking. And I met with the Attorney General at the time, and we had a very positive meeting. So I didn't meet with the president, I met with the Attorney General.
Okay.
And then I also, if I could finish, and I also have been very supportive of the USMCA trade agreement. I've also been very supportive of trying to work on the asylum cases and the like. So.
We have.
Well, that was shambolic. I'm sorry, Amy Klobuchar, but that was no, it's the equivalent of a stapler to the mouth in terms of your ability to answer some very simple questions. That's not really a gotcha. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to look at this and be like, "Oh, this is very unfair. The reporter was clearly, bamboozling her. He attacked her, basically. This is a completely unfair take." But no, I mean, the question was, do you know who the current president of Mexico is? The country directly beside yours. One of your largest trading partners, by the way. Yeah. I'd assume you have a temp who's right behind her or beside her or somewhere scribbling just, manically on pieces of paper and holding it up like Andres Manuel. Like, come on, open the door. It's not hard.
We would like to thank Miranda Marone. You are our monarch, and we thank you for our indentured servitude. We would like to thank our lords, Ricky Pilgrim, I'm Raft, Michaela Schmid, Tomospin, Ferrer Tajon. You are all the pillars of our organization. To our Knights of the Square Table, Paul Parafit, Daniel Kahn, Clement Chutskoff, Alan R., Josh Mickelson, and Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas, Cooper Pilot, Andrea Lynn Epperly, Dylan Bythe, Terry, Todd Buckingham, and Todd Lajeunesse. And to our merchants, thank you for taking mercy upon us.